mentality. Well, I don't know if it's Teely or Winty or Kitty, but one of them have to lead a party to reorganize and to reform this country. But it's we who give the mandate, so go ahead and give us with it. But please don't let it be July 8. According to horoscope, this date represents empty plates. And we desperately long for a brighter day, so we can't continue in playing. We are a playway country with a playway economy. Cause no government representing we with a playway mentality. We become a playway country with a playway economy. Only hungry belly and poverty with a playway mentality. Playway country with a playway economy. Cause no government representing we with a playway mentality. This is not politics. Please don't forget. I'm just practicing to be a poet. Not qualified as yet, but have no fear. I'm gonna get there. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectation. Neither are you in to live up to mine. I don't owe no one, no obligation. No one owes me none, so everything is fine, fine. I said I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. Serious business. There is a time for everything, and for everything there is a season. So man and man must reason. So I think it's prime time that we address some more issues. Simple information I will use. No rocket science to get you confused. So relax your mind. Make sure everything is fine while I take you down a poetic line. Trick us with campaign promises. We won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain. But you now refrain. You now refrain. I remember you say Liberation Day, and I ask, you sure is that you wanna say? Cause you sounded so good to believe. And deception is a powerful thing when you lose your rightful thinking. So we voted for the bling. But you trick us with Kim.
And a good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
Now refrain, you now refrain.
It's now 3 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock.
Phone ring, man answering, yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house get yellow, bus get yellow, man get yellow, even green get yellow. And
yeah, let me just do one or two adjustments and thing and fix up the thing nice, you understand?
Macy's, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain. But you now refrain, you now refrain. Old school parables say you know what you have, but you don't know what you go get. So cherish what you have to diminish regret. But what on earth lasts forever? Not even things created by the great Jehovah. So the green grass ceased to grow to allow the yellow vibes to flow. But boy, one song I sing, one bell I ring. If we didn't know, we never know yellow would have treated us so. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain. But you now refrain, you now refrain.
Yeah, I think that's much better, yeah?
Pain. Past administration, the cause of frustration. Past administration, chief of corruption. Then to economic recession, we can't give you attention. Economic recession, the cause of poverty.
So let me say my good nights to those of you on the YouTube. Yeah, Sherma in first by Sherma, Wilma, Kathleen, Listra, Jillian, Faithlyn, Anne-Marie, Anna Barbara, Deborah. Let me see who else is there. Come on, thing. Move. What kind of thing you going on with there? Nice. Stanley. Seeing Kathleen. I'm seeing Ann Andrews. Good night to you. Matthew Boyne out there in Brooklyn. A special good night to you, bro. Christine. Gertrude. Oswald. Clive. I'm seeing Hillary. Yeah.
The yellow temperature. When will they start? Please answer that. Oh, soon, soon, soon. Maybe by the next full moon. Although things are turning at a very slow pace.
So me see Clive, Hillary, Jacinta, Adrian, Watts, Jackie, Beavis. Did I call your name before? Yes, but good night to you, Beavis. Joyce, Amanda, good night to you. Londa, Cuz, what's up? Yeah, Cynthia, Dave, Marilyn, Nursey, Nika, good night. Yeah, Chunky McIntyre, good night to you. Jocelyn, Denise, Henry, yeah, good night to all of you. And over on the Facebook, let me see who I'm saying good night to over here. Wow. Yeah, Maria, Andre, Maxan, I say it down in Hillsborough. I say you go down the road, girl. What kind of thing is that? I'm seeing Sam, Nokisha, Noki, what's up, girl? Ibrahim, and the other Ibrahim as well. Hey, Dr. Panchu, good night to you, bro. Jillian, and seeing Winnie, Lynn, Christopher, Faith, Dana. Good night to you, Dana. Cicely, good night to you. Nadia Williams, and I'm missing Norma, Theresa, Elon, Shirley, Lisa, Marishan, Shamay, what's up, girl? Gil, I'm seeing McLean, Lisa, I'm seeing another Cynthia Day, I'm seeing Wendy Ann, Williams, Leonard, Denise, Julius, Linda, Imelda, Francois, Shemaine. Hey, Shemaine, what's up, girl? All right, Cindy, Kester, Courtney, Pierre, LeQ, Red Girl, Claude. Nice. Good night to all of you on the live.
You not refrain. You remember the Bible, God.
You know, let me run the new tune. Yeah, all you know the campaign promises. So let's run the new tune tonight.
They say when you don't have good food, you must take in front. So this is my Kaiso.
Yeah, so we're just giving the numbers a little time to build and we'll get straight into it tonight, huh?
No politics, just Kaiso. Let's go. There is no place in the world like Grenada. Its people are so unique, so fabulous. They take politics real serious. You can't tell a man nothing wrong about his party. He'll deal with you so seriously, and from there on, you are his enemy. But as man, I must open my big mouth to lament on some things you know about. So the bother come attack me, don't waste your time on a old jungle like me. Pie in the sky, promises and mama guy. Voters say their expectations were too high. Like the old proverb from way back long. You want to be wrong and strong. Some people bawling with their mouth closed. How they do that, only God knows. Man who could talk, they bawling with their jaws locked. I thought only dummies used to do that. A lady told me she's dying inside slowly, but she don't mind once it's NDC killing she. She say we had enough under Claudius, so nothing wrong if baby Jesus kill us. All those who claim that they love country more than party. The truth and reality is quite visual and so clear to see. Some things are morally wrong and unethical, are considered as politically essential. Their backs are against the wall, but you still can't tell them they're wrong at all. $2,000 increase on your salary, but you cut for people on by $150. I wonder who advising you. Old people go drag bam bam on you. You promise to improve standard of living, but I'm seeing more pain, hurt and suffering. Would you stop for a while and listen to me? Please don't send one more family into poverty. They're crying with their mouths closed. How they do that, only God knows. They're afraid to talk your supporters on the attack when they say is that, is that. A man told me, as a strong foot soldier, since June 23rd, he ain't make $1. When he checked them, hear what they go say. You was wearing a green jersey one Sunday. I'm a strong supporter of the transformation agenda. It could be done with minimal errors, but tribalism and partisan politics messed up the Congress genetics. Mr. PM, you must stick to your promises. A lot of people voted you on these premises. How could you fool big people so? With pension, permanent, and no money galore. Now they're expecting you to deliver, but your conversation becomes so different. If your mind change, complain and tell us. Remember, you are Grenada, Jesus. You promise happiness and better days, but we sing the opposite in many ways. Man, don't go down in record as the worst PM. The poor and needy, please don't neglect them. A burning silence deep within, quietly suffering, because you are labeled as a greed. You could not count your blessings. Sandra told me she's greatly disappointed. That's not what she expected, but she's sticking with she party, even though she grandma lose the 150. Jonah was giving them one, but you offered them two. They took the bait and they voted for you. They say you focus on the rich and middle class, the lower strata, you don't care one ras. Now them mouth stretched long with fret and regret. They miss the little stipends they used to get. Faith and CJs, you kill them dead. Over 1,000 families lost their bread. You send groundsmen home and told them reapply, but you know very well that was mama guy. Nobody in spraying sauce up no more. With pest and disease, that industry will never grow. I can't wait for the new MNIB. Farmers' money go be tall like coconut tree. They say people get too much a pension, all because of wrong calculations. But Mr. X did tell them already, in the land there's one mathematician. I told my partner to bring back the money, make the treasury look pretty, we want salary. They don't bother with the lady up in High Street, so she come on Facebook and she excrete. People say NDC don't want no heart. How they coulda do them Haitians that? No regards for humanity. Baby Jesus totally lost his sanctity. All you go come here and make things worse, put more pressure on the nation's purse. So Haiti, I'm sorry, they didn't want you in the yellow country.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, I decided to play that uninterrupted tonight. Yeah, I had to give you all uninterrupted. One person is telling me that my volume has gotten low. Let me see. Anybody else experiencing that issue? Let me see. I'm not seeing any messages and saying similarly there. So I'm checking there. Is the volume okay for all of you? Just let me make sure. Yeah, is the volume okay? I'm looking at my stuff in here and it seems to be okay. In fact, it seems to be a little too loud in fact from what I'm seeing here. But is it okay for those of you that are listening out there? Is it okay? Yeah, so let me just make sure I keep my volume. Yeah, where my technician say keep it kind of like at this, so right about this. So nice. So I just want to make sure that you all are hearing clearly. And we will be opening the phone lines early. You all can call at any particular point. You know the phone numbers, 440-7377. That's the number you can call directly, or you can also call via WhatsApp using that number, all right?
What to hide, like the old proverb from way back long. You want to be wrong and strong. Some people bawling with their mouth closed. How they do that, only God knows. Man who could talk, they bawling with their jaws locked. I thought only dummies used to do that. A lady told me she's dying inside slowly, but she don't mind once it's NDC killing she. She said we had enough under Claudius, so nothing wrong if baby Jesus kill us. All those who claim that they love country more than party.
Yeah, for some reason, some are saying it's loud and clear. Some are saying it's a little low. Those who it's a little low, that may be on your device. Yeah. That it may be that it's on your device. But let me try the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Yes, my dear.
Sheldon.
How are you?
This is Auntie Mona.
Auntie Mona! My love, I have missed you. You don't know how much I've missed you, my love. Oh, gosh.
Long time I ain't hearing you.
Oh, gosh, oh, gosh, oh, gosh. And the thing is, I lost your number.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have a number to call you on. I am so glad to hear from you.
My number?
Yes, I lost your number.
Just go on the book, Mona David.
Okay. Well, now I know. But how are things going?
Listening you, all you keep on the good work. Let us fight that good fight. Never give up. We know the struggle. We know what we're going through.
And we have to prepare ourselves. And in the same way, when you have to prepare yourselves for that inevitable day that we all will meet, so you make sure that you prepare yourself the right way. For the battle ahead, we have to prepare ourselves in the right way. We must become registered members of the new National Party. That's one. Become registered members of the party. Secondly, we have to make sure that we register to vote. Yeah. So we have to make sure that we register to vote as well. Apart from being members of the party, that we register to vote. And then we have to get involved. I have a good friend, he just messaged me there. He made sure this week that he came in and that he was registered. And not only that, he came around and he's willing to help. Anything that we need done, he's willing to help and so. And you see, that sort of enthusiasm, it gives me more energy to work harder. When I see other people coming in and wanting to be part.
They're talking about baby Jesus. Baby Jesus is not baby Jesus, you know, he's baby Judas. What are you? What are you putting Jesus' name in that with that man is baby Judas? You don't see Judas crucifying the whole what?
Auntie Mona, let me ask you a question. You have a copy of my WhatsApp, you're reading my WhatsApp messages?
Who, me?
You know somebody messaged me today, a good friend of mine messaged me today and tell me the exact same thing. It's not baby Jesus, it's baby Judas. The exact thing you just said. That's why I'm laughing so here, you know.
Right and all, I call him when I call Mr. Pierre, one of them, I think is called Kitten, and I call him baby Judas. That is what I know, because that man crucifying too much people. And what make it worse, he invoked the dead. He say invoke Maurice Bishop. You see what taking place in Grenada? Listen,
during the campaign when they're doing the thing, I mean, I've been reviewing some of this stuff. They could take it down if they want now because I have all of it copied anyway. But one of the things they were saying was there's a spirit, and a spirit is moving through the land, and a spirit this and a spirit that, and they interfere with them spirits anyway. They say a spirit moving.
We just have to hold on and continue praying.
Yes, we have to.
The weapon of prayer is very dangerous, you know.
Of course it is.
What? Everything is for our time. Did he say Tillman and them bad? Well, I don't know. This one is the worst, the worst prime minister in the whole Caribbean country.
And for some of them, they have no problem with that. And they think that he's the best they ever see.
That is the worst prime minister.
I'm telling you, some of them think that is the best that ever passed. Anyway, Auntie Mona, I'm so glad to hear you. Continue making sure and call me. And I'm going to make sure and pull the number. So now I had the number to make sure I contact me, Auntie Mona.
Yes.
All right, my love. You
take good care of yourself.
Of course, and continue the prayers.
I will tell Auntie Ruth I get you. She's not too well, eh?
Oh, dear. And I saw the grandson, you know. He didn't tell me nothing. Watch me and he go fall out. That means I have to come country. All right, my dear.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Yes, indeed, folks. And I think we have another call online. Good night.
Hey, Shannon, good night, good night.
Hey, brother, how are you?
Okay, in spite of my voice, can I host?
You talk too much
I
in
just,
Breadfruit Fest.
yeah.
You talk too much in Breadfruit Fest. Folks, I did go up to Breadfruit Fest,
Yes,
and believe me, first time I see so much different thing make out of Breadfruit Fest. In fact, the Breadfruit Fest story, the story on Breadfruit Fest, it made the regional news.
okay, yes,
Yeah,
yes, I've
that
heard.
that was put on the regional news by one of those regional networks, and so they spoke about the Breadfruit Fest in St.
Right,
Mark that
right,
took
right.
place Friday
Again,
gone.
I cannot load, though. I don't know how come.
I haven't heard what you said.
Okay?
I haven't heard what you said.
Yeah, so I just called to just to say thanks to you and your program for allowing me to promote that program, that Bradford Festival, and we are saying thanks, and we want to do it more regular. To see the first time that, although I could not have stayed until the ending, but
Mm-hmm.
to what I understand, it was a success, and we want to say thank you, and we're looking forward in the future to let it be a bit bigger and better event,
Mm-hmm.
and more support, so we all saying thanks, thanks, thanks,
Mm-hmm.
thank, and a big thank you.
All right, my brother.
All right, and
All
have a
right.
good night.
Wonderful.
I'm listening to you.
All right.
Okay. Then.
Yes, indeed. Yes, folks. 440-7377. Yes, you can call in at any time tonight. And my good friends out there in Carriacou saying that, hey, the new National Party members in Carriacou, right? Please, all you make sure and all you go and pay all your membership fees. Yeah. And that goes across the board for throughout the island. There are many people who are members of the party, but you're not up to date with your membership fees and so on. Yeah, find out and go out and, get yourselves organized. Make sure that you're paid up members of the new national party, all right? Also, make sure that you're registered. Each time they send out the new list, make sure that you're registered. You don't want to find a situation that you didn't think that they moved you and then you're off the list or so. Yeah? Or if you have changed residence, you know what you have to do if you've spent a year in a different residence and so on. But the main things, make sure that you are card carrying members of the new national party, and also make sure that you are registered to vote. That's the starting point. Yeah, that's the starting point we're talking about on Talking Point. That is the starting point to make sure that we are ready to do the work that is necessary to ensure that we can do what has to be done to fix this problem that we have in Grenada right now. Okay? Nice.
And politics messed up the Congress genetics. Mr. PM, you must stick to your promises. A lot
Well, I seen Baby Judas, Baby Zero. I seen.
people so with pension permanent and no money gallo. Now they're expecting you to deliver, but your conversation becomes so different. If your mind change, come.
Yeah, so members, remember, you need to pay up your dues as well. All right? Yeah, that includes me as well, right? Yeah, we all need to ensure that we are up to date with our dues.
Many ways, man don't go down in record as the worst PM. The poor and needy, please don't neglect them. A burning silence deep within, quietly.
I find it strange that a party that has not had a convention in the year 2022 trying to tell the new national party when it must have convention. They're not members of the party. They want to involve themselves. They're trying to tell the NNP when we must have convention. They didn't have a convention since 2021, and nobody trying to tell you when your party must have convention.
I was giving them one, but you offered them two. They took the bait and they voted for you.
And let me get on several things right now. Yeah. And remember, the phone lines are open. I'm just making sure that they're clear. You have the international line, you have the local line. Now, I've spoken before on the issue of we saw this. Let me just put it up on the screen. So we saw this Let me get the ad here. This was put out by the government of Grenada last week. This is an advertisement basically for the coordinator of youth. So in other words, there's a position available within the government of Grenada, within the Ministry of Youth, for a coordinator of youth. According to the rules, the position must be advertised. Various people who fulfill the qualification criteria, they can apply, and then you hire based on who scores the best in the, well, whether it's a written exam or whether it's the interview, or they look at your qualifications, etc., and they select who is going to be the new coordinator of youth. And that goes across the board for various positions within the government of Grenada, right? So last week or week before, week before or so, they had this put out. They put out this information. But remember, in December, they already said that they're hiring somebody, a female, as the coordinator of youth. Yeah? So I know that the Ministry of Youth is having their introduction tomorrow. I know that Ms. Carly Perryman is already the assistant coordinator of youth. I'm hearing a name called, is it Janelle? Is that the name? Let me make sure on the name, man. Yeah, I had the name somewhere there, you know. Let me make sure I pull up the name. Yeah, we ain't afraid to pull it up because I hear some people coming in tomorrow, you know. Yeah, I hear some people coming in tomorrow. Nice. Janella, yeah. So I'm hearing that's the name, and I've been hearing that name since December. Being called as the coordinator of youth. So I don't know what kind of mama guy sending out this note was supposed to create. I don't know what kind of mama guy they was trying to pull. Because since December, you already said who you're going to have a female. So in other words, males needed not apply. Why did you put out this? They already knew who they were bringing in. They already knew who they were going to bring in as the coordinator of youth. So when they sent this out, they just sent this out as tokenism, you know. In other words, they sent this out just to be able to say that they sent it out. For the positions of coordinator of youth, let me pose some questions too. They have 2 advisors and a minister. I think 2 ministers or so, yeah. So let me pose some questions to the Ministry of Youth. Was there a proper interview process of various individuals who have applied since this document was sent out on the 19th of January, advertising the position of coordinator of youth? Was there also a document, because I didn't see it, maybe there was, so I can't say there was not, one advertising the position of assistant coordinator of youth? Yeah? Was there an elimination process? Were various people interviewed? Because remember, since in December, we had the minister already saying,
and I want to make this first announcement that in the coming weeks and months ahead, Grenada will see its first youth female coordinator to lead the transformation agenda for the Grenadian young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Kitimati. We have returned professionalism to the corridors of our youth development. I say no more on that because we are going to speak about it in the coming months as well as we go into the new year.
So there it is, you've heard the Honorable Ron Redhead speaking in December. You hearing him? Oh, Dan, come on, man. You can't expect me to take a call now. You ought to be a crazy man. Yeah, on my private number. No, you ought to be crazy, man. Yeah, we've heard there the voice of the minister in the budget presentation in December already announcing that for the first time, in other words, he knows who's getting the position. So what kind of mamagism was it to go putting out this kind of letter? What kind of mamagism was that? Because there are other people who are qualified for the position and who have not been considered for that position. This is mamagism and tokenism. Because they put this letter out after. So in other words, you're telling people, apply for a job, but you already know who you're hiring for the job. Yeah? And imagine you already had somebody in the job before, Somebody was there holding that position before. Were they allowed to reapply for the substantive position? But then again, remember, according to the words of the Prime Minister, if someone has been holding a position for an extended period of time, at least over 3 years or so, in his own words, I'm going to find it and play it. I don't have it with me tonight, but I'll find it and play it. You know me. In his own words, he said, if someone has been holding a position that is needed and they're acting in that position for a period of time, according to the law, they can be considered as actually having that position as a permanent position. So I'm asking the question because I'm hearing big introduction tomorrow, meeting at 1:30. Big introduction. Did an elimination process take place? Did people apply? How many people applied? I'm just asking these questions. And as I usually say, sometimes I ask questions, already have the answers too. But I'm asking the question. I have no problem with Miss Carly Perriman. I have no problem with Miss Janella Edwards. I have no problem with both of them. No problem at all. None. But I'm asking if you guys went through the proper process. And why have you all been mamagaing the young people? There are young people that probably are qualified for the job and wanted to apply. But since the minister said this in December, since he made this statement, let me just get the statement here.
And I want to make this first announcement that in the coming weeks and months ahead, Grenada will see its first youth female coordinator to lead the transformation agenda for the Grenadian young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Kitimati. We have returned professionalism to the corridors of our youth development. I say no more on that because we are going to speak about it in the coming months as well as we go into the new year.
As I say, I have no problem with the ladies. No problem with them at all. But I have a problem with the mamagism. I have a problem with the tokenism. I have a problem with that. All right? So enough said in relation to that issue right now. As I said, the phone lines are open if you want to call and say something, no problem. But I already know what is going to be said in the meeting tomorrow. Yeah? We already know what's going to be said. So you all could go ahead and have the meeting. That's not a problem. All right? All you want me to come and have it for you? That's not a problem. Yeah, I might be free around that time. So, I could always just run over and, handle. You understand? Yes, indeed. Now, also, another issue I wanted to speak about tonight. It's a little off what we usually speak about, but I needed to say it tonight. I think we as Grenadians need to hold some of our heroes in higher regard. I'm saying this in the context. And before I go further in that, let me take this call. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon. It's
Hi.
Anika.
Hello. How's your day
And
been?
how are you?
I'm quite fine, actually.
Oh, that's great to hear. However, I have a gripe
Okay.
that needs to be addressed.
Coconut water.
The 150 that was removed from my mother's seed money. This is disgusting.
Oh,
when
boy.
my mom was making a contribution towards Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, Mr. Deacon Mitchell was in his mother's flower garden playing. So he has no right in taking out this 150. You understand? My mother works hard for her money. And she deserves her money, as he says. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just disgusting. You're saying one thing and you're doing the other. No, this is the time for us to get registered early and vote back the NNP so we could continue the goodness that we have been getting before. This is nonsense now. This is all I have to say to you tonight.
All right, my dear. And I hope I hear from you another night again. All right.
Yes, I will.
Okay, my dear.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Because, listen, even if you listen to the Prime Minister says he wasn't interested in politics and so up until just about 2 years ago. That's when he decided he's going to become involved in politics and that kind of thing. He wasn't wanted to be involved in politics. So all when everybody else was fighting up, all when everybody else was doing, he wasn't interested. He was interested in doing his business, and nobody had a problem. You're interested in doing your business, but don't come and treat the people who have been constantly, effectively, and patriotically moving Grenada forward. Yeah, using your terminology, moving Grenada forward. Don't come now and try to move them backward by taking away the 150 from them, because that is what happened. Yeah, I was seeing a video just yesterday of an elder man, and he was speaking about the fact that, look, he's problems. You take that 150, they don't know the damage that do to him. Yeah, and this kind of ties into what I was speaking about a little while ago, that I think the time has come for us to stop the tokenism and so when it comes to recognition of our, for instance, our sporting icons. Are we aware that right now, and let me pull this one up, Let me pull this one up. In the world rankings right now of male athletes, we have 2 Grenadians in the if I can fix whatever that issue is, right? Let me just see if I can fix that. Let me see.
They say when you don't have good food, you must take in front. So this is my Kaiso for the Masgra 2023. Make sure you all come out and support me. No politics, just Kaiso. Let's go. There is no place in the world like Grenada. Its people are so unique.
Yeah, let me know if you all are still not getting the audio. Yeah, you all are you getting the, you all are getting the audio now? Just let me know if you all are getting the audio now that I'm speaking or only when I'm playing the music, yeah?
You are.
So let me know if you're hearing both when I'm speaking and the audio.
I must open my big mouth to lament on some things you know about. So the bother come attack me. Don't waste your time on a old jungle like me. Pie in the sky, promises and mama guy. Voters say their expectations were too high. Like the old proverb from way back long. You want to be wrong and strong. Some people bawling with their mouth closed. How
Okay, I think it's when I brought the slide over that the audio probably went. But what I was saying is that we have 2 athletes in the top 20. Are we supporting them? I know Anderson Peters is here in Grenada right now. Kirani James, I'm not sure. But the issue here is like we are only interested in our athletes when they on the stage already and they win something. Yeah? I would like to know, for instance, and I hope some of the news stations get those things together. I want to know, for instance, when is Karani's first meet for this year? When is Anderson Peters' first heat, first competition for this year? I'm really interested in knowing that because I find like we only interested in them when they winning. We only interested in them at the point in time that they already listen. Anderson Peters is the world champion in the javelin. 2-time world champion in the javelin. Are we aware that the world championships is this year in Poland in August? Yeah, it starts around the 19th or so. Yeah, around the 19th of August. So both Karani and Anderson. And we don't know, we have other athletes in other fields that might be going out there to represent Grenada. Yeah, so we have 2 athletes. 2. Yeah, I believe it's a slide that caused the problem. And let me see if I try that again, if it's going to audio. But yeah, so we have 2 athletes that are in the top 50. We have a call on the line. Good night.
Sheldon Scott, good night.
Yes, ma'am.
And good night to the Grenadian people who's living in England, America, Canada, wherever you're listening to Talking Point. And those on the homeland, I want to say good night to everybody. This is Miss Camille Teresa Scott. No, don't laugh. I'm very serious tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they did? You know what the NDC supporters did? One of the lady live on Granville Street. She from Guam and she living on St. Jude Street in the back of Miss James and them house there. She come and live there as a Grenadian. She's an NDC supporter. Oh, God. You go stand on all these people from Davao and River Road that is a gang what has cleaned the road. You could have, you know, I don't understand what's wrong with Annette and them. I want Annette and them to know that they will not reign forever. Your children and these people that you send home, my grandson is one of them, and other women with children are going to school. You understand? That is so weak. They're so bad mind. They're bad mind. They tell themselves, Mr. Scott, and I want the Grenadian people to listen to me. They tell themselves they're hurting Kid Claudius Mitchell. You hurting, you never, you know. You never as you hurting. You understand? Is to tell the people, well, okay, you go get a fortnight in, a fortnight out. Or you give them a little 2 fortnight, or you give them a 1 fortnight, and you give your other supporters a fortnight. 1 in, 1 out. It's 4 people at the Grenada, girl. 4 people. And I want Miss Claudia Joseph to know that. I want you all to know that you all come from 4 people, girl. Sam Brownball and Sugar Cake, mothers make to send all you to school, and Grenadians help all you along the way. You are damn vexed, excuse me. Because you know what my grandson tell me today? He said, grandmother, yes, call me grandmother. I had to take care of myself, and the lady take away my bread, you know. The lady take away my bread. She sent home several of them people from Davao, Montclair. Tell me that the last day we're going to send them home, some of them last week. You all digging on your own pit. Are you not hurting kids? Are you not hurting the NNP supporters? Are you hurting on your own people? And most of the people that they send in that gang, Mr. Scott, they vote for NDC. They vote for NDC, and all them people lose their work, you know. That's for people. You know how much Grenadians that leave Grenada and go to England, America, Canada, and other parts of the world, and they don't have no document. And strangers take them and put them in the kitchen to work and to take care of their babies. Watch. Papa God, Mali West, I do wicked. You don't hurt poor people. You them out. All you can do, Mr. Me, nothing. Nothing. And one thing I want to say before I put on that phone, you could fight. If you have a sickness, Mr. Scott, you could fight that sickness. But you can't fight death. You can't fight it. You go dead, allow you go dead, and leave the work and leave everything. And you go dead and leave all what all you have. And you can't fight death. You could fight all things, fight against one another, but you can't fight death. God is in charge. Have a good night, Mr. Scott. You know what, poor people? You know what one man tell me before I go? I helped him. I stick to the seat people or what they call them. But he get a little money. He was a NDC guy. And you know what he come and tell me? Miss Carmi, they take the money and return to your vomit. He come back and beg me pardon because he used to cost me. He used to cost me after he used to get the 450. And he came and he terminal and tell me, Miss Carmi, I return to you. And beg pardon because I always will give him a little something. Eh? What's wrong with honest and them? Poor people, they need that little money to pay the water bill. Sometimes they have a little water bill to pay. Or they have a heart now. What? Money was. Bravo. You don't hurt people. You don't hurt poor people and you're not struggling. And you want them to go on the back and the block to sell marijuana, sell cocaine, go and rob people, stick up people that making a little dollar. I want them to go and thief. And them to do. I do wicked and I will pay for it. And all your children, all your children, all of your children, have a good night, Grenada. And I don't care what none of you.
All right, Cammy.
Look. I don't care what they say. I do praying for me to fall on and dead and the terminal. Keep me just to that jail on you when I will take all the boat and sell it.
All right, Cammy. Hello? Oh, boy, it seems as though she's gone. All right, yeah. That's the kind of thing that's happening. So you hear what's happening in the town of St. George now. More people being sent home. That's what I said. The only successful program by the NDC has been the Send Home program. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Hey, good man.
Yeah, man.
Sheldon, that lady is what you call the chuckouter in town. That is NDC chuckouter. She have a list, and she could tell you who getting fired in the next 3 months, who will be fired in the next 2 months or in the next 2 days. All the people that she said would be fired and sent home, even her own sister, she talked both about, she started to go, she's sending home the list. And the funny thing about her, she said that list was confirmed, not by Miss Joseph. Boasting about that. She said that list, she makes sure that she confirmed that list with the Prime Minister. So it seems like the level it coming from is even higher than Miss Joseph level. And she just determined to send NNP people home. She discriminates. She behaved like she owned this country now, and she behaved like it's her time to take revenge. Even in the housing program, she bullied she way into the program. She material to repair she house. It's like they're fetting. She having a fet. And to the ordinary NNP people, she treat them like if them some kind of alien, like some kind of dog. She is the chuckouter of the tongue. She rules the tongue of St. George. She's the boss. What she say goes, and that's it. And you know the funny thing about it? These people want to tell you that they're doing better, and they're performing better, and their government is better. If we allow 33,000 people to rule this country in that manner, like they are the whole night, like if them is 90,000 or like them is 100,000, what will happen to us? She send you home, and she boasting. The seat officer had to go home. That girl, she must go. she named down for out. That the market manager, supervisor have to go. She named out. And she calls out the names of people. Like she is the one who picks
my brother,
these people.
you mentioned something there because today I was hearing that we have a new supervisor at the market. We have a new market manager. This for the St. George market.
We have a new market manager.
Okay, I was just wondering if the information I got was correct. Yeah.
Yes, according to the people in the market, the word on the ground is we have a new manager.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
to
heard
some people it's laughable. To some people, well, let's see what's going on. But somebody without no managerial qualification or managerial skill is now the manager of the market. I see Tom only playing Jerry in the market. And, you know, it makes me wonder what happened to us as a people. The kind of nepotism you're seeing practicing, friends and family and what you call party hawks that get in work. And people who we know is not even qualified to even work in a daycare is now qualified to manage the market. And they're telling us about qualified people. Now that they campaign on, saying the people who qualify would be getting the job. But we've seen people who doesn't have no qualification, no level to that standard is now becoming manager. And it's making us laugh. Even the person who get a clean and work in the market. They talk about old people and young people. There were young people who went for that work. They were rejected, and if you see who they give the work as a cleaner in the market now, a man who's older than the man who they send home. These people speak on one side of their mouth, and the next side of the mouth they demonstrate hate, and the things that they hate is the things that they like. The things that they say they hate is the things that they love to do. They condemn NNP for things NNP was not even doing, and now we see them come and doing things that NNP would not have ever ventured to do. And they're calling that good governance. we just watching. One thing I would say to our people, be strong and don't let these things frustrate you. Just be strong. Really, that belongs to all of us. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right, my brother. And I'm getting some information there. The guys who usually do the overhanging and so in St. David, they have been sent home as well. As we say, the NDC government, their speciality is the send home program. And somebody messaged me a little while ago. And that's the reason, you know, every time I'm laughing is because I see a comment from somebody that have me cracking up. And one of the listeners said, the prisoners must be very excited up at His Majesty's prison because since NDC sending everybody home, yeah, they'll go send them prisoners. They'll go send the prisoners home just now. We have a call on the line. Good night. Hey, good night, brother. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. You're low, but it ain't coming from by me. It's coming from on your end. Yeah. That low coming from on your end.
Hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I went to the supermarket today to get a box to buy purchase something in the supermarket.
You're going low again. You're going low again. If I'm having problems hearing you, so are the listeners.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah. If you're using a headphone or something, take that off and speak directly into the phone. Or Bluetooth or so. Go ahead now, let's see.
Yeah, I went to the supermarket today.
Mm-hmm.
To purchase a box of oil. And when I see how much a box of oil in the supermarket, I almost faint inside it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost $14, $15 for a box of oil, $16.
Well, the thing is, remember, cooking oil has been zero rated. Well, has it been zero rated? Yes, some of them have been zero rated, so you're not supposed to be paying VAT on them. What I want to know is that the list of items that were mentioned in the budget, if you as a purchaser here in Grenada are seeing the prices of those things reduced, if you're actually seeing that, hey, it was $14 last week and this week it's down to 13 or it's down to 12, is anyone seeing The prices of things, remember, you had the cooking oil, different types of cooking oil, they named them and so on. There were several other things like, I think, condoms and all these different things. Are we seeing the prices of these things? You all shop, same as me. Yeah, ladies tend to pay attention to prices more than men. Are we seeing the prices going down? Because what you're saying there seems like if the price went up, not down.
No, that ain't go down. So he going up, and that's gonna be $16 for a cooking oil.
Mm-hmm.
I said one more thing again, and today I want to get some parts for our boss, and we are go a part for a bearing for the mid-roof buses.
Mm-hmm.
They can get so much for a bearing for mid-roof buses. I used to pay $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's $160.
So it's gone up
and
significantly.
Very bad.
Mm-hmm. All right, my brother.
No. The prime minister passing up promoter every Thursday. Every Thursday you'll be up. Thursday and Friday. And the man see the condition of the road. He don't care about nobody of the area. And what since the prime minister winning election, he never passed through Mongols, so he never passed through none areas. He just thanks to them by then, thanks for voting him, nothing. And after he pass through, they say every Christmas, prime minister will pass the bus stop and say, I saw you all my face looking. Never that man passing on the bus stop and I saw everybody complaining. If even Kid was there every after Christmas, the Kid Mitchell already pass and see what going in the tongue of St. George's. That man never passed through his tongue of St. George's yet till he win the election. And that government, that I will call you a prime minister. I won't call you a prime minister.
All right.
That will be not my prime minister.
All right, my brother.
My prime minister.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, my brother. Yes, indeed. Folks, I think the problem I was having with the slide earlier, I think I have solved that problem. So, for instance, when I pull it up now, yeah, I think you all are supposed to be hearing what I'm saying when I pull it up now. All right? Nice. Yeah, I think you're all supposed to be hearing what I'm saying and so. But the main issue I was getting at is that we as Grenadians, we need to start following our athletes. We need to start following what's going on with them. And I'm coming back to the issue that was just being discussed in a little while. Yeah, because look at the world rankings. We have two. Two are the top ones in the world rankings, right? No other Caribbean country, not Barbados, not Trinidad with 1 point how much million, not Jamaica with 2 point how much million, not even Cuba with how much million, has as many or even one, while Grenada has two in the top 20. We should be proud of that. All right? When it comes to the 400 meter, our Kirani James is ranked, as of last week, he's ranked as the second. Yeah? Let me see if I could show you that briefly there, yeah? Kirani James, he's the second highest ranked in the 400 meter in the world right now. Right? When it comes to the javelin. Let me give you the javelin. When it comes to the javelin, who you think is the world number one? Who do we think is the world number one practicing up in Las Ages under coach Paul Phillip? Yeah? Who is the world's number one? So we need to pay attention to our athletes. I think we only jump on a bandwagon when we hear they're winning something. We need to pay attention to our athletes. There's a wider discussion we're going to have on that one soon. Somebody messaged me now. They say, wait now. They say I was talking about the ministry of youth just now. They say the girl didn't want the job. She afraid. The one who I mentioned as coordinator youth, they say she mightn't be taking the job. So it's just an allegation. They're saying she mightn't be taking the job. We have a caller on the line. Let's take the phone call. Good night.
Dylan.
Yes, ma'am.
I hear you say a while ago, earlier on in the program, that the they hire somebody for the sports in the sports, and they already know who they're giving this job.
Yeah, same thing.
Grenadians, I don't sorry for them, you know. I don't Carolyn Scott, listen to Miss Kami. I don't write like you. I don't write like some of them scholars they have out there that went to all university. I get me education on the street. Carolyn, that man tells people he promised the Grenadian people he go by the stroke of a pen, he gonna make them permanent. Yeah?
Yeah, permanently unemployed. He didn't finish the statement. He meant permanently unemployed.
Yes, he promised them all things. He tell them about the plane, then he change him out about the plane. You understand? He tell them about the money, that Grenadians deserve more money. And he change him out. But what kind of man that man is? I used to see that man when I go by the courthouse and sit down and the man pass him the jacket in his hand. And he never say good morning. I don't have a problem with that. Because he has some people that doesn't tell good morning. What you tell the young people in Grenada, Carco, and Petit Martin, what you go do? And well, when you go do it, when you go make them permanent? When you go make them permanent? Every day you hear something different from this. But I don't understand what is going on in this country. You all cannot put all your foot in Kit Claudius Mitchell's shoe. All you put to Big Boy shoe. And I don't sorry for them. You know why I don't sorry? And I don't want nobody to sorry for me if I fall today or tomorrow. All you see, all what Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell did for Grenada, Caracol, Pitimatic, and all you sit down there, and all you say they do nothing. This morning I sit in the veranda, and I look at the little children from Brizan, Happy Hills, Boucherjou, Fontenal, running. When the parents drop them, they're running into the schoolyard right by me. Dr. Keith Mitchell, and his leadership that built a little school. And I sit down there and I'm watching them. They have place to run. All the Grenadians, some of y'all Grenadians have on your belly to say, you never do nothing. Some of you can't sleep in the night.
Yami?
And you all claim to be born again Christian.
Yami?
Or the place to be born again Christian at no God. Something at wrong. Are you calling him man baby Jesus and have people like me and others suffering? Because I call him baby Jesus.
Yes, Yami.
I don't call him back. I don't call him back. I must be my conscience.
Okay, my
It's
girl.
bad mind. I don't like them things. If I had money, I fly out to Grenada in the morning. If I had money.
No. Nobody must run you. Nobody must run you.
You can't tell me what to do.
No, I could suggest.
I don't in the kitchen. I don't feel in the heat.
I am suggesting.
If I had money, I live Grenada in the morning.
Oh, boy. All right, Yami.
I don't know what people know about me. Because I don't want to beg nobody because as you beg them, they're texting their friends. Have a good night.
All right,
Somebody
Yami.
out there hearing me, and you come and take me and go with me. That pressure and that real pressure.
My goodness.
Have a good night.
All right, my love. Yes, indeed, folks. And yeah, as I said, we're going to take the calls. I've just got a message here, somebody saying the 2 pounds of carrots gone from $9.75 and is now $13.75. Wow. That's a big jump from $9.75 up to $13.75 for 2 pounds of carrots. Yeah? And let me say something here. I spoke about the sports already. There's another issue that I want to raise. What is taking place here? We as Grenadians must not accept it as a norm. You heard what's happening in the tongue of St. George. You heard Cami telling you what has taken place in the tongue of St. George. You heard another caller telling you what is taking place within the town of St. George. A couple weeks ago, you heard Honorable Emlyn Pierre telling you what took place in St. Andrew Southeast. 88 people at that time. I'm sure it's more now. It probably crossed 100 by now. Yeah? You have Carriacou with a significant number of people from both Carriacou and Petit Martinique sent home. Meanwhile, the permanent secretary in Karaku could, his brother get his security contract for the general hospital over in Karaku, and as far as I'm hearing, for the clinic as well. So he has security contract. Is that not a conflict of interest? That the brother are the permanent secretary? Yeah? Is that not a conflict of interest? You're hearing now that the MP for Karaku trying to move like a prime minister now, so he's moving with motorcade, there's vehicle in front and vehicle behind. Police officers who ought to be doing other things like making sure fellas don't interfere with the farmers' produce and so now have to be there walking with him in line like he feels he's Obama, so he go in and shake people hand in crowd, and police officer have to be walking there with him to make sure he's safe. And like if Karaku people want to do anything, nobody want to do anything. All they go do is when the time comes, they go vote him out. That is a surety. When the time comes, they will vote him out. That definitely will be taking place. So you are afraid? Yeah? Going up and bullying police officers in Karaku, all kind of nonsense taking place. I ain't really ready to talk on Karaku yet, I want to do a special program on Karaku and some of the nonsense that's taking place. Don't feel I don't know what's going on in Karaku. I want to do a special program on Karaku alone. Because there's a lot of nonsense that's going on the islands of Karaku and Petit Martinique. And don't watch Karaku people, so not because you ain't hearing them calling and you ain't hearing them talking and all kind of thing. Mean they ain't planning, Like election come up, you go know what God is serving. If it's God is serving, you go know. Yeah? Anyway, as I said, 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Well, the cherished toilet paper, hearing now, that moved from $7.35 to $13.85. So again, some prices now, cherished toilet paper, it moved from $7.35, now it's $13.85. These things supposed to be moving in the other direction right now, A big bottle of oil moved from $15.75 to $28.30. I'm getting the prices of some of these things. Remember, according to the budget, the price of these things supposed to be going down. But remember, a lot of people in this country, remember, they're balling with their mouth closed. Good night to you, Miss Frame. Know you're locked in. Good night to you. Yeah, Cammy and Kathy out there, she's sending a special good night to you, Yeah, she said, Cammy, the man said, just take a stroke of the pen to make people permanent. So, Cammy, she said, you could sell him a pen. Yes, indeed, yeah. So, some people are sending prices to me. 2 pounds of carrots from $9.75 to $13.75. A bottle of oil, big bottle of oil, moved from $15.75 to $28.30. The cherished toilet paper moved from $7.35 to $13.85. And all you, yeah, check the prices. Some of you might still have some old receipts around from last year or earlier this year. And now, see if the prices have been positively affected. Yeah, see if the prices are, because remember, the removal is supposed to have taken effect, I believe, from the 1st of February. So it's supposed to positively affect these things. But instead, we're seeing the opposite taking place with... What do you mean we have to use leaf instead of toilet paper? Girl, watch. Stop that strippiness there. Somebody telling me, use leaf instead of toilet paper. Nah, I like me. Have to use the proper thing. Nice. Folks, I have been getting some very worrying information, especially when it comes to the Ministry of Health. First of all, I've received information from several workers within the Ministry of Health. And we all remember, I put it up a short while ago and I'll put it up again, this document, which basically was saying that all civil servants need to hush, not leak any information, not speak to anybody on anything that's going on within the ministry. That is what this document is speaking to. And I'm trying to wonder if what they're trying to shut up is things like the fact that they don't have medication. Yes, Grenada in 2023 is back into the position that we don't have medication. Even surgical gloves are in scarce supply. People being sent back from doing surgeries. That painkillers, if somebody gets into an accident and they are rushed to the emergency ward and you have to apply There's a particular drug. It's similar to morphine. It's along the same line as morphine. The name is eluding me right now that the nurse told me. They don't have that to be able to treat with people in the emergency room as they should. What they do have, they have very little. So if we have something mass, they don't have enough. Even other medications. Insulin is in short supply. Insulin, you know. Diabetic people, especially people who have episodes, know the importance of having things like insulin. And that is unavailable now. So the amount of medication, and it's not one. If it was one nurse contact me and say, Shalon, this is the case, I'd say, well, you know. But when you're hearing various nurses, and you know what they're asking them to do? They pass in all different departments of the Ministry of Health, and they pass in different places and tell them sign that whatever happens here stays here, that you don't share any information on what's going on. Like the madness that's taking place at the mental home. Well, you feel I don't know about that? The mental home is understaffed. The medications that they should have are in a low supply. Yeah? At the mental facility right now. They don't have the number of staff that they should have. They don't even have that. All sorts of nonsense going on at the Mount Gay facility. And then, on top of all of that, the Cubans who does usually help us, you disrespect them. So in the independence ceremony, the Cuban delegation sit down there, they don't even recognize them. They call all kind of name of people from all countries that maybe send greetings but don't even have a person here. They call the name. But the Cubans who does help us. That's why right now some of the people can't even get surgery because some of the Cubans decided, hey, I'm going back. Because of the disrespect that has been meted out to the Cubans. I even hear one particular MP lying and saying that, NNP government, they owe Cuba a set of money, that is why people can't get surgery done and this kind of nonsense. No. The Minister of Health, the President Minister of Health, the Cuban government buy a ticket, make arrangements for this individual to go to Cuba. Just to meet with him, you're the Minister of Health. So if they was taking in 5 cancer patients, as they were doing at a point in time, you might get them to take 7. So if you have 5 people that have different types of cancer, they could bring them to their cancer treatment facility and take care of them in Cuba. You might be able to go there and as you go, you'd say, well, okay, let us take 5. Can you take 7? Can you take 8? Can you take 9? Can you take 10? No. They just disrespect them. They ain't go. Make the people waste their money and buy the ticket. The ticket was bought already. Bought already. But they refuse to go. That's the kind of nonsense that's taking place. So now you're having people that's supposed to be doing surgeries and the surgeries have to be pushed back. Because even the medication to put people under to do the surgery, short supply. They don't have enough for the amount of surgeries that have to be done. That's the kind of things that are going on here right now. The same people that tell you they're coming to fix healthcare and they're looking to build new hospital. Because we know that they have plans for where the old hospital is right now. Where the hospital is now, they have plans for there. Yeah? So they want to move hospital and all this kind of thing. And medication. We back to this again. We were at this stage prior to 2013 and 2012 and 2011 is when we was hearing those stories. When we hearing about former minister under the NDC sending 2 resignation letters because they said they ain't taking that kind of nonsense. They ain't taking that kind of embarrassment. We back to this stage again. Yeah? When they should go in Cuba to go and speak with the Cubans to see, hey, all you could bring, can we get some people to deal with eye care, ophthalmology? Can we get some more scholarships for young Grenadians to go and train to be doctors? Can we get a cadre of young people to go and train to be nurses, male and female? To go and speak with them. And they pay the ticket, they get everything organized, and you don't go, man? And on multiple occasions, they ask you to come to Cuba and you're just refusing to go? Where all you should go to come back with something to benefit Grenadians, all you ain't going. But all the other place to go and say, oh, the trip was nice and we eat all kind of fancy food and come back with all your pocket empty for the Grenadian people. All you jump in plane and go. But when all you're supposed to go to sort out the Grenadian people business, and come back with benefits for the Grenadian people, all you ain't going. And then now, when people who seeing the nonsense that taking place within ministries like the Ministry of Health, all you come passing letter telling them sign that anything happen here stays here. What happened? All you intend to do corruption inside there? So all you afraid that the information comes out? Well, no self-information will come out. All ministries, Ministry of Finance, chucking document in front of people, sign. Anything happening here, stay here. From the same set of people that have been leaking documents since the 23rd of June, you know. The same set of people that have been sending documents to certain so-called journalists in Grenada. The same set of people that when a letter leaves the CBI office to go to an investor under the CBI program, that letter mysteriously finds its way into the hands of NDC operatives. That is the kind of nonsense they have been doing. All kind of people, all kind of information leaking, but they pass in document about leaking information and telling people sign. We back to the stage of medication problems in the Ministry of Health again. There are many people who could tell you that they've had their surgeries rescheduled. They've had their surgeries rescheduled. Why? Look, even people who went to do blood tests were having problems because they didn't have the proper thing. They're sending them to the private places and so. You had people that went to do pap smear. And the minister was even asked that question. He said, you're unaware of that. You must be unaware of that. Must be unaware. Yeah? Pap smears are important tests for women to do. And they did not have the reagents to do the pap smear test. I don't know if they get it now. Yeah? Look, one listener is telling me they have eye surgery to do. Important one. They had to wait until April. Yeah, and I still getting the price of other things too, you know. Alaska moved from $3.25 is now $5.50 for the Alaska milk. Just now we had to buy our goat and milk, right? And these are the same people that still talking about fortnightly pay and all this kind of thing, you know. Yeah? You're hearing all kind of stories. And as one person is asking me, you can't see the COVID dashboard again. So you don't know what the COVID situation is in Grenada right now. You don't know. Because they stopped giving figures now. So you don't know about what's taking place with that. And so. And you're hearing about other things. Imagine one of the people who are listening this program right now, they're listening right now, was part of an organization that sent down examination tables and several other bits and pieces of goods, medical supplies for the people of Grenada, including a machine to check blood pressure, along with a brand new table that was sent to a specific health center. You know what they did? The amount of problems they had to go through, they had to send somebody down from the US to make sure that the things could get out. Because this administration just had no interest in it and they decided doing what they want with it. By the time the stuff got here and it got in the hands of the Ministry of Health, these items that were specifically targeted for a rural health center disappear. They take a whole examination table and they send up to the health center. They mean that's too good for the people up in St. Patrick. They mean that was too good for the people up in St. Patrick. And up to now, that organization is trying to track down where the examination table went and where the goods that were with that examination table that were for that rural health center ended up, because it didn't end up where they had sent it for. And they can't say they didn't know because it was marked for that health center. That's the kind of nonsense that's taking place. These are the same people. People balling with their mouth closed. Seriously. People had to be balling with their mouth closed. You hearing what is taking place with... Look, I spoke to a lady. This lady... Man, I know she wouldn't mind us saying it. This lady has to do a surgery, right? To do that surgery, she had to take... I'm going to come back to the phone lines just now. I see it ringing. I'm going to come back to the phone lines just now. I just want to complete what I'm saying here. This lady has to do a particular surgery right? An important surgery for females that are having a particular issue. This lady had to spend just under $2,000 to do all of the tests that has to be done before she can do that surgery, right? So that is blood test and this test and that test and all kind of thing and prepare. Goes now in to do the surgery and is told that it has to be rescheduled for a few months down the road. Now you know what has happened again. That lady has to redo all the tests again, so she had to find a further $2,000 or so to come and do that surgery now. Well, that's just to do all the tests and so again. So they close to $2,000 that she spent. And she better hope that the price of the test remain the same, because the way we see everything going up. She had to hope that the price of the test remain the same. So you spend under $2,000 to do the test that you have to do a surgery. When the time comes to do the surgery, they tell you they can't do it now. They have to reschedule you for a few months down the road. Meanwhile, remember, you're having an issue that could probably develop into something worse. Yeah? You are having an issue that could develop into something worse. And this individual is told we're going to reschedule you for later down. So they ask them, what about the test and so? Well, me know about that now. Because now they're going to have to go now and find money to do these tests over again so that they can do their surgery. Is that fair? Is that fair? And meanwhile, the Cubans who could be helping us in a situation like this, you're treating them like dog. And then you're saying, use the next Maurice Bishop. What next Maurice Bishop? My foot. What next Maurice Bishop? You have to be joking that. The Cubans would be helping us. Whether you agree or disagree with the Cuban system of government, that's the Cuban people business. But at the end of the day, they have been very helpful to Grenada. From 1979 to now, they have been very helpful to us here in Grenada. And they ought not to be treated with disrespect. But instead, you have all kind of attack being launched on them and all kind of nonsense taking place. And we just sit down here taking that. This is some of the things that are going on. These are some of the things that are going on right now. If you didn't know, you know now. Problems of medication again. And you know they're going and start to look now because they go on to lock down to make sure that I don't get a list of what medication they do have. Because they're afraid. They don't want you to know. They're afraid. You have a right to know. Remember, they are the ones that was speaking about freedom of information. And let me play what I was saying. Yeah, as I say, I'm going to come to the phone lines in a while.
Says the media's difficulty in obtaining public information from government is one of the key issues he intends to address as the new Minister for Information. Mitchell explains that he believes in transparency and as such, he will be passing the Freedom of Information Act in Parliament to ensure that journalists in particular can perform their duties efficiently going forward.
One of the things that I think has to happen is that we have to strengthen the institutional framework that allows journalists to do their jobs, particularly as it relates to getting information from the government and the state. So we intend to pass the Freedom of Information Act that makes it easier for journalists and citizens to demand information from the government as to how they're conducting their business and affairs. And I think that will allow for journalists to be able to, when they ask the questions and the information is not being provided, to have a mechanism to demand that the information be provided.
This is one announcement that the president of the Grenada Media Workers Association, Jared Joseph, says they will keep their eye on while hoping this legislation materialized.
We at the Media Workers Association of Grenada welcome such an initiative.
Let me say this. I'm just seeing a message from somebody here. They're saying, can someone in authority help or assist my brother? Is a fisherman from the Lance and Gulf. He went to Cuba to deal with an eye problem. And to deal with urgently, his mom told me today that he contacts someone in authority. And he was told that he have to deal with that issue by himself. A Grenadian is in Cuba to deal with a medical issue. They're contacting the government here for assistance because they have an issue. And they're being told they have to deal with that for themselves. You see how these people don't like people? I've heard of another situation where they're telling them that they can't send them, they can't organize to go in Cuba. If it's one of them and they have to go in Cuba, first flight out, they're making sure they reach in Cuba and they deal with the eye problem, whatever they have to deal with. But poor people, All they're giving is excuse and not solutions. These are the same people that saying that they come to fix. Folks, you could call now because I was just making sure that I got everything else. Remember, these are the people that speak about freedom of information and the importance of freedom of information and so on. You know.
The government led by former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas in 2008 promised to introduce a Freedom of Information Act. However, that never materialized, and today, Grenada remains one of few countries in the Caribbean that remains without such legislation. The promise, which resulted in several consultations with the Media Workers Association, stalled at a draft stage. Now the NDC is promising to resume consultation with the media to bring the draft document into a complete legal document. Mr. Thomas says such legislation will allow for the questioning of those in authority.
This is a party that respects our institution to the extent that in the Parliament of Grenada, we move to remove criminal libel from the books so that we could free up the media in particular and to give...
Let me take this call. Hello, good night. Hello. Hello, good night. Hello. Now, caller, I know you're paying attention to the... Oh, boy. Yeah, caller, you got through, but you're paying attention to the computer. Speak to me on the phone. Hello. That person isn't listening to the phone because I'm hearing it in the background. I'm hearing the... what I was playing there, I was hearing it in the background. But the caller needs to pay attention to the phone line. Let's try the phone line again here. Hello.
Hi, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
Every time I hear about Morris Bishop, I just get on a high. Now, I was with the new Jewel movement. Fitzroy Bain was my cousin. And I used to be around with Morris and them. This boy come in, and he talking about Morris Bishop. I sure that boy was in his mother belly in them days with the new Jewel movement farming in Ruken in St. David in Samba's place. What he know about Morris Bishop? He come and talking about Morris. He imitating Morris Bishop. He cannot put Morris Bishop in his shoe. He can't put his shoes in Morris Bishop's foot. The struggle that Morris Bishop go through, he don't go through the struggle. Right? So stop imitating Morris. Thank you.
All right, my dear. Yes, and let me clarify. The person is saying that the individual who needs assistance with the eye, they're here in Grenada and they want to go to Cuba. Not that they're in Cuba and they're in problems in Cuba. They're here in Grenada and they want to go in Cuba. Meanwhile, Cuba invited a minister. Let me tell you something. When Her Excellency Clarice Charles went to Cuba, they were taking roughly 5 cancer patients out of Grenada. 5 people that you found cancer and they could be treated. They were taking 5 people per year up there. You know what ended up happening? She was able to negotiate with them and get them, along with the government, to take 7 people instead, to take an additional 2. And she went way above and beyond to make sure that Grenadians got proper treatment out there. Let me see what Chairman Mao will do. Anyway, we have a call online. Good night.
Hey, bro.
Hey, what's up, sir?
Hey, not much. Hey, this may sound insensitive, you know, but we put foot in mess, and now we gotta work it out. Only God to help us now where we get out of it. Sympathy is there, yes, but some people gotta feel it to know it, and I hope next time they don't do the same thing as they did. And I was checking up. You heard about one of your favorite listeners out there?
Yes. I did speak to that last night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I did speak to
All
that
right,
one last night.
So we could just only pray so that God will help people to get out of the situation. But it may sound insensitive, but I don't know what else to say. But, you know, you got to go through that storm.
Yes, my brother.
You got to go through. We got to go through. Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
take it easy. Have a great one.
Okay, same to you, my brother.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, so that's one of our callers on the WhatsApp. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm just making sure the phone lines are clear there. Yes, I'm telling you, it's a bad situation that we're finding ourselves in. And I think we have a caller I'm here. Again, back to the no medication thing. We have a call online. Good night.
Sheldon, I see I didn't call him back, eh?
Yeah. So you will make it short. You will make it short.
Let me tell you something. He don't have Attain. Attain is a medication for people in the mental home. They have no Attain, and they have no they don't have Attain, and he don't have this injection. Everybody just take it for pain. He don't have that.
Yes, I know.
In the hospital.
They told me the name of that one.
Pharmacies don't have it. You hear me?
Yes,
because
yes.
I just buy it. I will not call the name of the medication out of state. They don't have. They only have the tablet, but they don't have the injection, and it's a gospel truth. Attain is for the mental people, and they don't have. And they don't have Voltaren. They don't have Voltaren injection. Only tablet you could get in one pharmacy in Grenada. And anybody want to challenge me, tell me I lie. Tell me I lie.
Oh, boy.
Attain is for the mental people to come down. You don't have.
All right. Yami?
You hear me? Have a good night.
All right, my dear. And the caller who called on the WhatsApp, give me a call back. Yeah? Give me a call back. Yeah. Because some of the prices that are here and there, papa. Lunch and meat gone from $7.25 to $12.50. Papa. Yeah, I thought the prices of those things supposed to be heading down. Instead of heading down, they head in the next direction. And while that is happening, you remember, folks, that all what you're hearing here in relation to the price of foodstuff and the increases, it's taking place at a point in time that all of these people are losing their job. The 88 in St. Andrew Southeast, all the people Kami spoke about tonight, the people in Karakou, whose names, I had the names of all these people, including the aunt of the MP. No comment. Yeah? No comment. And remember that now you have back VAT on your electricity and environmental levy on both your electricity and your water. So it means that the price of those things are going to increase as well. So it's just one after the other. And at a point in time that people going home, they go survive. We have a call online. Good night.
Son,
Yes, sir.
this is my problem again. So I went and got a lunch and meat up the road. And I used to pay $7.25 for it. When I asked the woman how much for it, no, she told me $12.50. I asked her last time I paid $7, no, $12.50. And she told me, the new prime minister put up everything right now. I said, our new prime minister, I ain't know nothing about that. I tell you, first I hear price gone up. I don't charge me, I know sugar. And the revenue from March of 1st. I know about stuff. Tell me, yes, that one going on right now.
Okay.
I tell me, I want it, I have to take it. I don't have a choice. I tell me, give me.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, no problems. Yeah, folks, that is what we are going through right now. Those are the situations that we're finding ourselves in right now. Remember, again, this at a point in time that you have people being placed on the breadline for no other reason than you either saw them wearing a green jersey at a point in time, they are a relative. Imagine, there are people at the NDC refusing to give jobs simply because they're related to me, or simply because they have some association with me, including people that work on their campaign. And when they find out, well, why? I see this one put on the fancy clothes and they put a bag on their hand and they're going to work, and this one passing in their high shoes and thing, and I work just as hard. And then they ain't getting the job and they want to find out, well, why? Say, no, look, Sheldon's got this, that, the other. That kind of nonsense. That's the mentality, the thinking of these individuals. That's how low their mentality is. Yeah? So you have a situation now. Every day I walk in town. Every day I'm walking in town. You have various people come up to me and they say, Sheldon, good job. We love the program. We're listening. Me and the wife listening to the program. And so Angus, I met Angus this afternoon. Angus, a special good afternoon to you and the entire family. Yeah? A special good evening to you. But this is what is going on in our country right now. And you know one thing that does never, they say all kind of thing about me. One thing they can't say about me is that I'm lying. Because anytime they try to say I'm lying, I'm going to put out things to prove that I'm not. They could say all kind of thing. They can't say that I lie. I ain't coming here and lie. You know how much things people came to me and said, well, Sheldon, I hear this. Go on. And he would. And because I cannot verify it, and I cannot make sure that the facts in relation to it, I ain't come on with it. We have a call online. Good night. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, brother. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah. But you had to give me a call last night. You forget?
No, that's not the problem now. Because of the volume of calls, I didn't know which number is which. You understand? You could send me a WhatsApp on the 4407377. You could send me a WhatsApp there. And just send a WhatsApp and put this is me or put your name or what, and I'll be able to contact you.
All right, cool.
All right, if you send it like that. Nice.
Yeah,
okay, my brother.
I'll listen to you there.
All right.
Cool.
Right. All right. Yes, folks, and let me say a special good night to Martin and your wife. A special good night to both of you. And also, I want to say a special good night to Mommy George. Yeah, I know, we girl gone, but you know. All right. Miss Irma Jacob, I know somebody going to bring the news for you. Yeah, I know Miss Jacob, she may be grieving. She can't listen to the program. We have to fix that, eh? Nice. I'm seeing a message here. Rubbing alcohol went from $7 to $12. And here's what. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, when they were putting in place the measures in relation to increase the price of alcohol, told them that if they took a look at the first schedule in relation to alcoholic products in the state of Grenada, that methylated spirits and bay rum, basically things that are used for medical purposes, were also included because they had over 68% alcohol by volume. So in other words, while you were increasing the VAT on alcoholic beverages like beer, rum, gin, vodka, whiskey, those kind of things, you were also increasing the price on things that people need for medicinal purposes, like bay rum, and also things like the methylated spirits that people use for cleaning and for antiseptic, to clean wounds and all that kind of thing that people use. And they told them that they need to revise the schedule, look it over. That is what Dr. Mitchell told them. In fact, he had to leave the parliament that day to attend to other business. And the prime minister said, Dr. Mitchell said to me before he left that we have to look at this particular issue. In fact, they were supposed to put the increase in taxes on that information on to the 1st of March. They were supposed to fix that issue and deal with it on the 1st of March instead. They imposed the tax as of the start of February instead, even after they went and they said publicly that they're going to start that from the 1st of March. They started it from the 1st of February still without fixing the problem. So if you see the price of rubbing alcohol going up, it's because they're not making a differentiation between alcohol. All alcohol is alcohol as far as they're concerned. So the hand sanitizers that carry a certain amount of alcohol in it, that is included. Other things that are not used for drinking purposes but have above a certain alcoholic content, they are included as well. So you have all of that taking place. We have a call online. Good night. Hello, good night.
Hello?
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Who's that, Sheldon?
Yes, it's Sheldon. You can go ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, well, that is your good friend, N.
Eh.
Eh?
My partner in
tongue?
tongue?
Crying. I listen you. I hear you crying. I'm sorry you take the wrong pen to go and vote. I'll call you on next time. I don't have nothing much to say. Just let me say hello to you.
But you good, my boy?
Huh?
You good, eh?
Yes, so far so good, partner.
All right, my
But
boy.
one thing I hear you say there,
Mm-hmm.
and it affect me too, huh?
Yeah.
But that's why I say you just take care.
No, but you will talk to me otherwise, right? You should have my number still, ain't it?
All right, take care.
Okay, all right. Yeah, somebody is saying the Voltaren, but I don't think that was the name of one of the medication that I was being told. Yeah, let me just clear the line. Yeah, there is another medication. Cammy, you would know the medication. She knows the name of the medication that they give you for pain. There are other medications that they give to put the person under to do a surgery and so on. All of those things, problems. Problems. Telling you. And then they, instead of trying to solve the problems, they're trying to hide the problems. So instead of trying to fix the issues that they have within the Ministry of Health, they complain, all kind of things. And nobody is saying that the Ministry of Health has been a perfect ministry. Nobody, no Ministry of Health in the Caribbean could claim to be a perfect ministry. Even in Cuba, they have issues. Nobody is saying that a Ministry of Health is perfect. But they were saying that they would come in and fix everything. But no, problems that did not exist before all of a sudden come back. So it's like we're back in 2012 again, or we're back in 2011 again with no medication. The nurses talking about it because the nurses really want to see people come in one way but leave better. They really want to see that, so they're going to talk about it. Basic items such as surgical gloves, again, we back to that again. In short supply. Insulin, you know. People could go into diabetic comas. People could lose their family members. Some people listening tonight could lose their life. End up in coma. Insulin, very important for diabetics. You tell me, we in short supply of that? Come on, man. All you have to be joking. All you have to be a bunch of jokers. Seriously, all you can't be serious on them kind of thing. We have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Shannon. How are you?
I want to say I'm good, but certain things just get me upset. But I'm good.
Good. It's a long time I don't call a program. I didn't get no time to really call a program for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
The situation getting kind of worse now because of the kind of intense, basically, the new government. People don't understand that. A lot of Canadians didn't understand the politics. Maybe the younger people didn't understand how politics operate.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? They settle for the lies and things. You understand? It's because some people, I had a nurse friend where she say she was an NNPite, really. But she was on a contract. And she said, I don't put in trying to keep my channel because I'm getting permanent. Because Deacon Mitchell promised he will give permanent work to all nurses. But here what went on now? He call them and give them a next 2 years contract. And she get uptight about it. I say, no, you didn't understand the politics. I there around politics for a long time. No party could come and tell me, oh, they will give me this and they will give me that. You have to feel the whole thing for yourself. You have to realize that the government cannot apply everybody in the civil servant. You have to understand that. So while she was eating pie, now she started eating a different type of thing now and thinking different. You understand? A lot of people changing their mind very soon and very early. The kind of things that are going on in Grenada now, people vexed that they put the NDC into power because they understand that the NDC never was a good party, but they only try because they see who the prime minister, the leader of the opposition, NDC is a young person, but you can't put a baby. The only thing you can put a baby is in a cradle. A baby don't know nothing more than to be in a cradle and drinking milk when somebody give it to him. And all the advisors that man have is anti people. They don't like people. And they see is not a party why you so like people in the first instance. From since long, even during the reign of Brisan and Nicholas Brafitt and whosoever, once it's an NDC party, they have this kind of cost with them. They don't check on poor people. And Grenadian, they don't realize what really going on. So Sheldon, we in the country have to fight to make sure that this thing wouldn't happen anymore. At least they get a chance. Let me see. They will bring on the say just like how they bring on the sense with the Tillman Thomas and they fight with one another. That's what will happen. They can see, and I will tell you where the fight will start from. You see the minister from Karikou, they where the fight will start from. He's not a nice fella. He faced the expression on the face, he's not people type.
But then people wicked.
You
I
understand?
know I didn't say it, you know. They're wicked. They're wicked for what they are doing to people. They're wicked.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on in Australia. But people afraid because they jump up so much. You understand? People afraid because they jump up so much. And they don't know really what to say because other people watching them because they jump up and make so much thing because this guy, what we say, why is the prime minister? Promised so much of things. Yeah? And he can't fulfill it. But the good thing about it, they can't run them out and say that Kit Mitchell take all the money and he didn't have no money in the treasury. Thank God. They leave a pregnant the Ministry of Finance. Treasury, they did a pregnant treasury and them say that with their own mouth. Now they have to struggle for money and put up all kind of prices and all kind of taxes to come and see they could pay people when they mount up. Yeah, that's the reason why people getting all this suffering, you know, because what they say they can deliver. So they had to put us in a lot of problem so they could afford to pay the civil servant. They run go and they pay all the people who don't even get pay already since in NNP time. The pensioners, they get paid twice because they want to paint a good picture. Oh, they promised that, but they never go and do the research. They never do the research and say, well, that person, they get already. And it's shame. That is shame, you know. But I guess I understand that they're calling some people to pay back the money. But even them people and them, I don't pay back no money. You know. My name was on the list, and that's what I get. You understand? I don't pay back no money. So this is the situation in Grenada. I know I don't hear people calling on a program on morning time and say, oh, this is the best time that the government doing the road. Who they had an old machine, an old desalination machine, the quarry. Every minute it breaking down. Every minute during the NDC time, the Kit Mitchell government put a brand new, it painted in yellow now, a brand new machine up in Perseverance. It's because of that they see the benefit of the machine. That what they buy in the time of the NDC, they never buy no machine. Every minute the bell bossing, they doing this, they doing that, and they couldn't do nothing about it. But now, under the leadership of Gregory Bowen and whosoever, they buy a brand new machine. So they get, not to say they don't get things to run this country, but they just know how to run a country. And they don't run it in the way they're supposed to because they feel now that getting into power is all. Getting into power is not all. You have to learn the do's and the can'ts. You have to know what you're doing to run a country. You understand? So that is a problem now. And Grenada, big people who have more experience than these guys and them in the government now. And they're advising them even wrong. They're advising them wrong. Whosoever advised the government to shut down MNRB, it's a mistake they make. You will see it in the next couple of months from now when they start to face problem because it doesn't matter how much MNRB was doing. A lot of farmers they benefited from them. So this is a problem already. That happened. Alpha now things is all well and good. They promise them people and they go pay them off. Well, they will look and see. So they had to raise tax and all kind of thing on the goods now to see if they could get that money. Because at the same money they say Kit Mitchell has to pay them every month. So they had to raise that money to see if they could pay them off. So we have a lot of taxes to get, we have a lot of goods to raise, we have a lot of things to get, and we have a lot of sufferation in this country, Sheldon.
All right.
Just NDC never was a good party to rule this country, and it will never be. Because the same people that they are circling. We only have one change person. Is the prime minister, or is it what the only different thing? But all of them fellas, all the advisors, are the same thing from since in Kilmandaman's day. So nothing to change. It's nothing to change. They don't believe things change. Nothing to change. Have a good night, Sheldon.
All right, my brother. Yeah. Look at the advisors. Yeah? Look at the advisors. The same set of people who was messing things up coming up to 2013 is the advisors now. You know, those are the ones that basically running the ministry from the background, because the people who in charge didn't really know what's going on. So those are the same ones that running the ministries. That's the kind of thing that we have going on right now. So now you have craziness in the Ministry of Health. And instead of you all try to fix the problems, you come in and push letter in front of workers, sign that. Sign this. Sign the other. But let me tell you all workers, I'm saying this openly to any public worker. If you have evidence of corruption or any wrongdoing by this administration, make sure and get the information to me. However you have to get it to me, get it to me. Yeah? And if they find out it's you, and they attempt to do anything to you, don't think that you'll be standing alone. Don't think it's going to be me and you standing alone. Don't even think it's going to be hundreds that are standing with you. It's going to be thousands of us that's standing with you. Give us the information. If they're doing wrong, let us know. If something is wrong, let us know. Grenada belongs to you. Grenada belongs to me. Grenada belongs to all of us. That Gestapo state they want to create, that Gestapo state, that sort of North Korea type of mentality that you can't say anything, that you have to hush, that you just have to follow the line of what they are saying. That sort of mentality, we ain't gonna let it fly here in Grenada. Yeah, we're not allowing them to get away with that. Oh boy, I just missed a call there. We're not going to allow them to get away with that. Let me see if I could go back to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hi, Shalon.
Hi.
Good night.
Yes, ma'am.
You have somebody by the name of Tyrant Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
He creating a lot of problem on the line.
On the live?
Yes, Tyrant Cyrus.
Well, I'm not seeing the person, but I'll deal with that. Don't worry. Just ignore them. They go come. They're happy. They will come. They get a little space, so, they will come. Yeah, they will come. All right, my dear. No problem. Yeah, but we don't bother them. So I'm saying, any information you have, they can't distract us and throw us off things. Just ignore them. Right? The bottom line is, give us the information. Don't be afraid about sign this and sign that and so. Yeah? Don't study them. Bring it calm. Continue. Let the flow of information continue. Let it interfere with one of you all. Let them interfere with one of you all and feel it's only all you and it will be all you alone. Let it interfere with one of you all. They're going to find out. They're going to find out, yeah? We have a call on the line. Good night.
Yeah, Sheldon, good night.
Good night, good night.
Sheldon, the fact that last month salaries was late.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the oil and gas, the oil and next man cross over there.
No. We're hearing you. We're hearing you clearly. You go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
they went to the gas and car company in St. George's, so that they could pay salary for them last month. They go this month again to the same people to get money again to pay salary, and they turn them down. Now they turn to the dead on Cemetery Hill to pay salary this month.
Mm-hmm. All right, my brother. I like how you put it. You enjoy the rest of your night. But here's this. I'm waiting because and the month coming up, today is the 21st, just a few days to the end of the month. Let's see what's taking place this month. Yeah? Because we know what took place last month, and we know that it nearly take to the middle of this month for some people to get paid. And then when the seed money came out this month, we also saw what happened there. You had a situation where several people who had to receive their seed were told that their name is now off the list. And I know in at least 2 situations when that was raised with them, they say it was an error, it was a mistake. Yeah, but if all they don't have enough to pay everybody, just say all they don't have enough to pay everybody. Don't tell some people it was a mistake because all they fighting to find the money to come and give them the thing next month and that kind of. Yeah, we understand what you're doing, you know. All them kind of tactics and all kind of thing they're trying. Yeah, we see that already. You didn't have to use that. Make sure and you pay everybody. Yeah, without fail, between 2013 and 2022, without fail, yeah, first payment you had to make under the NDC budget, all you fail. I mean, come on, man. All you have to do better than that. Folks, we have roughly about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. No, are you looking for that person under the Facebook? No, that person, I think that person under the YouTube. But as I said, you don't pay attention to them. We go deal with them later on, you understand? Yeah, we ain't have time to bother with them. Right now, we have things to talk about. Anytime you start to talk about an issue and it hitting home, they just come in. And then they just want to make the issue about them. I remember doing a program before, one of the other programs I did before, not talking points. And there was this particular person. And they didn't realize that one of my nieces, I have 40-something nieces and nephews. And one of my nieces was living in the house right next to them. And they would say, I'm going and call the program and throw him off now. I'm going and call the program now and throw him off. Watch and see how everybody go start to talk about me now and make me the issue. And then they would call and I would just totally ignore them. Because my niece already tell me, hey, they're going and call and they're going and try and throw you off. So don't be thrown off by individuals like that. The bottom line is, we are again in a situation that there's a problem when it comes to medicine and other implements at the general hospital. But they will not come on a post-cabinet press briefing because they are afraid of those questions. They are afraid of those questions. They want to come in post-cabinet briefing and tell you what they want you to hear, what they want you to believe. Then they just end and they go on and tell each journalist 2 questions and they're gone. Same people are talking about Freedom of Information Act. Same people are talking about Freedom of Information Act trying to shut up everybody, not just in the public service, you know. Remember, even in gravel and concrete, let me pull it up here. Even in gravel and concrete, because we're hearing about the purchase of what is furniture and all kind of thing. What we are hearing about gravel and concrete. So you're here to talk about confidentiality in gravel and concrete because they want you and me to hear about some of what's going on in those places. Because the story with gravel and concrete is that there's a situation that there is a board member in gravel and concrete who has a company that is doing business with gravel and concrete that ain't supposed to take place. There's a conflict of interest. So how you could be a board member sitting in gravel and concrete and your company doing tens of thousands of dollars in business with gravel and concrete? How could somebody else who's doing the same business get the same preference or the same treatment when you are in there to block it and get all that business for yourself? Is that fair? Is that fair? But they don't want that information to come out, so they send this to the staff at the gravel and concrete. And there are other things that we're going to talk about when it comes to gravel and concrete. There are other things that we are going to talk about when it comes to gravel and concrete in the days and weeks to come. All you can't shut us up. All you can't stop the flow of information. What you all have to do is be honest with the Grenadian people. Be honest with the Grenadian people. Do the right thing. And then you would not have to worry about any leakage of information. Because any leak of information means that the information that's coming out is true. Once it is leaked, once the documents or otherwise come out, it is truthful information. And you ought not to be worried about that because people would be speaking the truth. What are you trying to hide? All you thieving? What are you trying to hide? That all you trying to shut up everybody, telling everybody sign letter for confidentiality and so on. Thief all you intend to thief or what? Asking a question. Folks, it's 10 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. And as you know, that's all the time we have for talking points for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with more talking points. Remember, I mentioned it earlier, World Championships coming up later this year. We as Grenadians are fine. We just pick up with people and we drop them. Yeah, if it was Anderson Peters and thing on board, everybody. They're on TikTok, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on social media. All comments left, right, and center. He's training right now and getting ready to go and represent the 100,000 of us here and the million Grenadians outside. Yeah, it's about 1 million Grenadians outside of Grenada. He's going to represent us. Are we giving him our love and our support? Kirani James. All you don't understand something. Kirani James is the only human being ever to win 3 medals in the 400 meter in the Olympics, you know. The only human being ever to do that. The only human being ever to win a gold, a silver, and a bronze. The first human being to go under 44 seconds in the 400 meter who is not an American. Yeah, he was the first. So he had a lot of firsts. But yet still I find when the time comes, sometime we just only remember him when he win, he run and he win. All of we start to jump up. Yes, Kirani, give them. No, we have to support our athletes. You have people like Josh Boateng and Candice Scott and so on that we don't even hear about again because I think we just kind of bandwagonists when it comes to these kind of things. Grenadians, we had to fix that. We have a lot of things to fix. Remember, get yourself registered as members of the new National Party. Do as my good friend, I know he's there, I'm listening. Do as my good friend. Get registered as members of the new National Party. Make sure that you are registered. And then all of those who have turned 18, as new National Party members, you're supposed to bring them, get them registered to vote, but also get them registered as members of the new National Party as well. Folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. In whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. Let me see if I could, I think we will go out with, the team song. We're changing the team song for a while, eh? Yeah, we're going out with this one for tonight. And let me see,
Good foot, you must take in front. So this is my Kaiso for the Masgra 2023. Make sure all come out and support me. No politics, just Kaiso. Let's go. There is no place in the world like Grenada. Its people are so unique, so fabulous. They take politics real serious. You can't tell a man nothing wrong about his party. He'll deal with you so seriously, and from there on, you are his enemy. But as man, I must open my big mouth to lament on some things you know about. So the bother come attack me. Don't waste your time on a old jungle like me. Pie in the sky, promises and mama guy. Voters say their expectations were too high.